Already plays on the way here. We're into the second over. And at the end of over number one, there was just about 3 runs being scored. We are now in over number 2. And the weather has been fine this morning, even though we had a very late start because of the pitch conditions and the wet outfield because of overnight rain. That has now cleared up quite considerably, and we are very fortunate that we're able to start. The affair is going to be a 34 overs affair, and we expect that we're going to see some good cricket from these youngsters here. As I say, good afternoon as well to my fellow commentator, Devendra Maharaj. Welcome to Currap, Devendra. I know it's going to be a first time here at Currap, but we're accustomed to having a lot of youth cricket here at the Currap Recreation Ground. For those of you who do not know the location of the Knoll Street Recreation Ground, it's just about 200 meters east of the Currap interchange, and we have had a lot of youth cricket here over the last couple of months. We had all the interzone matches being played here, and it is the home venue as well for the East Zone. But here, the action out at the middle there, we've seen AJ Academy. They are up against AJ Academy. AK Academy stands for the Alvin and Quincy Academy. They are based at Currap Sports Club, and they're up against the AJ Academy, the Ashmead Jumadeen Academy, a central-based team. And good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Anil. Thank you for having me here today, as we have some lovely weather today. So it's quite a close named teams that we're playing here. AJ Academy versus AK Academy. Some under 15 youngsters.
Yeah, well, most of these youngsters would have been involved in the zonal tournaments that had been played a couple months earlier, the under 15 and the under 13, and they have now come together to take part in this festival tournament for under 15. So it's a good initiative. I thought it was spearheaded firstly by Samuel Badri and by Alan Gopal as well. So it is a good initiative to get the youngsters involved in cricket outside of the zonal structure. So this is going to be a wicket here. This is the fall of the very first wicket. I think it's Tyler Ramrope looking to pull a short ball, got a top edge, and it ballooned quite easily for the wicket keeper. So AK Academy have lost their first wicket with the score on 5. 5 for the loss of the first wicket, AK Academy, and that's an early strike here by the AJ Academy, the Ashmead Jumadeen Academy, striking early. And you can see from that delivery, Devendra, that the wicket is still pretty a bit on the soft side. The ball is not really coming on, and the batsman played long before the ball actually reached the bat, and can't really blame him much. The youngster would have been wondering what took that ball so long to come onto the bat, but that's because of the nature of the pitch.
Well, definitely, I mean, having a late start this morning because of a wet pitch, having to dry out, and umpires doing an inspection and deeming that the pitch was good enough to be played on, so the game started. But obviously it still has a bit of moisture on it, and ball will not be coming on as quickly as you would normally expect on a hard pitch. So the batsman there just waiting, and then playing a shot that should have probably gone for at least 2 runs or 4 runs, but ended up in the keeper's hand.
So it's 1 wicket for 5 runs here, A and K Academy.
As we have Christian Ramnanan. Ismail Mohammed, we apologize for that. As Ismail is looking to take strike here. Small in stature, as he leaves alone outside of the off stump. The bowler seems to be getting some movement off of the pitch. I see the ball is moving into the right-handed batsman. As you hear the members of his family encouraging him to try to bowl the ball a bit closer to the batsman. still pitching the ball a little bit outside the line of the off stump, being played to the third man region there for a single as Ismail comes off the mark. We have the right arm bowler coming right arm around the wicket, being played to the backward point region as he's still bowling a bit wide outside of the off stump. Whereas the batsman easily going on his back foot and playing to the backward point region.
So the batsman out, Justin Pamphil. He was caught at the wicket looking to play a pull shot or a ball that stood up on him. And he was the first wicket to go for the AK Academy. A good strike here by Joseph. Now he's gone around the wicket and he'd be bowling to the left-handed Tyler Ramrup. Very prolific scorer in the youth tournaments, Tyler Ramrup for the East Zone. This ball is short and he turns it off the hip and gets an easy single. That takes the total on to 7 at the end of over number 3. AK Academy, 7 for the loss of 1. As I remind you that this game has been reduced to 34 overs. Originally it was carded for 50 overs, but because of the conditions this morning, they had a very wet outfield and there was some seepage as well onto the pitch. That took some time for the groundsmen to get it into playing order, but we have had brilliant sunshine for the most part of this morning, which has allowed the wicket to dry out quite considerably, and the ground staff as well. They used their initiative and they got the heating equipment to speed up the drying of the pitch, and it has worked wonders.
I was now going to get to that, Anil. Having seen this happen before, but now using technology to be able to utilize and get some heat applied to the pitch to get that wetness gone.
Yeah, it was a good initiative. I thought they should have done it a lot earlier, though. We would have had play started much earlier, but it's never too late, really.
But do you think that is something that is acceptable, seeing that there are different views from people with regards to applying heat to the pitch?
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, we want to see cricket, and I'm sure that the youngsters wouldn't mind at all, whatever method they use to get the cricket going. You know, I think that is what we really want to see, and it's good to see that they use some unconventional methods to get the pitch in play in order. And as a result, we have had the game started at 12:15.
But being unconventional, it worked. And as you're rightly saying, we have a game on our hands now because of it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm happy that they did that, really, because we probably would have still been waiting to get this game started.
Exactly.
So we're in over number 4 now. Score is 8 for the loss of 1 wicket. AK Academy. There are 6 teams in this tournament. This tournament, as I said, was organized by the South Zone Council of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board. It's the Under-15 Cricket Festival. It includes 6 teams. These 2 teams playing here today. This is the only game for today, really. Tomorrow there's a doubleheader, with the other 4 teams would be in action. The other teams being Power Gen, Base Tolerance, Presentation College San Fernando. Some of the other teams, they would be in action tomorrow.
I think, as you said earlier, having these youngsters come out and be able to take part in mini tournaments that are organized, it's beneficial for everybody, themselves, their parents, and cricket on the whole.
Yeah, well, that's the only really the young players can develop the dishes by playing as much cricket as they can. You know, and even though it's the off season, I think everyone should realize that cricket now is a year-round sport. It's being played throughout the year, so there's no half season really for cricket.
Correct. And here we have, as I'm hearing some dreaded sounds of raindrops on our galvanized above. I'm hoping that it's going to be a passing shower or no shower at all.
Well, let's hope that's just your imagination, because I haven't heard anything like that. Let's hope that the rain doesn't really come.
And as you said, my imagination here, there's the rain drizzling as we speak.
Well, it's going to hold up because we waited long enough to get this game underway and get this tournament started. I'm sure that the organizers of the tournament would be very pleased that the game is now underway. So that's the end of over number 4. And at the end of the 4th over, the score is 8 for the loss of 1 wicket. AK Academy, they lost the toss actually, and they were asked to take first strike by AJ Academy. I'm sure that they would have considered the condition of the pitch really to insert the opposition. But here is Joseph, right arm around the wicket. Bowls to Tyler Ramrup. He turns this on the onside. No chance of a single. Not a quick outfield by any means. That's because of the very wet conditions we had overnight and early this morning. But it has dried off quite nicely, and let's hope it continues drying out so we will have a much quicker outfield and a much better pitch to bat on.
Well, definitely with regards to the pitch, the ball not coming onto the bat, not allowing the batsman to play through the line of the ball. Having to prod and look at the ball carefully onto their bats to try and work the ball around for singles. Hopefully as the pitch dries out, the ball might be able to come through a bit more, and hopefully we can see a bit more shots on the ground.
Yeah, I think stroke play is going to be a problem here because the ball isn't really coming on. Here is Justin Joseph. Right arm around the wicket to Tyler Ramrup, who stands upright and plays it on the offside. No chance of a run. A very defensively set field. There's one slip. There's a man at square cover. There's a normal cover, a mid-off, and a short extra cover. And on the onside, there is a mid-on, fairly deep. There's a short mid-wicket, a deep mid-wicket as well, and a man at short fine leg. Here is Joseph. Into Tyler Ramrup. Looks to drive on the onside. A good bit of fielding by the man at short mid-wicket, preventing any run there. Good line being bowled here by Joseph. Score remains on 8-4-1.
Definitely the pending drizzle that seemed to have been coming has disappeared. So that's great news.
Well, I didn't really see any.
You didn't see it?
No. Well, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because I don't think my eyesight is as good as yours. You're a much younger guy than I am. You play? Quite a lot of youngsters here who have been representing their zonal teams in the various age group, under 13 and under 15, are on show in this tournament. For the AK Academy, we have Tyler Ramrup, who is at the crease at the moment. He's on strike. This is short. He looks to punch it on the offside. It came off the pitch very slowly. He didn't get any timing in that. And that's a maiden over there we have seen from Joseph. So the score after the 5th over remains on 8-1.
Do we have national players on these teams?
Well, for sure, we've got a couple on the AK Academy. That's the batting team. We have Tyler Ramrup. He has been a reserve, really, but he represented the East Zone at the under 15 and under 13 level. We also have Ismail Mohammed. He's an under 15 North player. We also have Cristiano Ramnanan. He played under 15 for Central.
I almost thought you said Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, Cristiano Ramnanan, yes. He played for Central in the under 15 zonals. But I think we have a couple of national players. Ronaldo Fornilli, the fast bowler for AK Academy, left-arm fast bowler. He played on the national under 15 team. Zakilon Beckles, he's a Northeast under-15 player as well. Qadir Druman, he represented the East under-15 and he was a national reserve as well. So quite a few players who have been played at the zonal and national level. Some of them have been reserve on the national team. So it's a fairly high level of players we have here, and it's good that they can get themselves involved in a tournament of this nature. Also good as well for the organizers to see the benefit of a tournament of this nature. It can only help these youngsters. That's a good delivery, a yokeling delivery.
I see that the pitch is seeming to come through a little quicker now, having some sun out.
Well, yes, the sun has been out all morning, so I'm sure out there on the pitch itself it is going to be pretty warm, the surface, and that would help to dry up whatever moisture there is left. And as you said, the pitch should continue to improve as the game goes along, but at the moment it still is stopping a bit, Devendra.
Yes, it is. And I believe definitely in certain spots where are still wet on the pitch, once these bowlers pitch there, it will definitely cause deviation of the ball and the ball doing different things off of the wicket. So I see we have the batsman on strike. He's leaving alone quite.
Well, that's Ismail Mohammed. That's a good leave, that last delivery. It was pitched just about outside off stump and going away. And he did well. He got across but allowed it to go by, realizing that it could have been dangerous to be hanging the bat out there. That was well left.
I think he is, based on his leave alone style, I think he must look up to Steve Smith and Marcus Labouche. As he plays one to short. I can't say it's a regular point, it's a bit shortish point and short cover.
So Justin Mohammed is the bowler from the northern end. He's bowling to Ismail Mohammed. And he's has had to abort that delivery. There's some bit of distraction at the back. I don't know, the batsman had to pull away at the very last moment. So here's Justin Mohammed once more. Left arm over the wicket. This is pitched in line with the leg. Turn on the onside and they go through for a very quick single. That's good running between the wicket there. He played it on the onside where a short mid-wicket would have been and immediately called for the single. The bowler in his follow-through was quick in attendance, but he tried to scramble the ball to effect a run out, but he missed it completely. So that brings the end of his over, Justin Mohammed. And at the end of over number 5, the score is now 10 for the loss of 1 wicket, AK Academy.
I definitely think that if AK needs to get some runs on the board, they need to look at trying to get a little more quicker singles, as the ball is not getting outside of the 30-yard circle. The pitch isn't conducive to play the shots that would allow that. They definitely need to look at trying to place the ball and taking the quick singles like what they just did.
Well, one of the problems with the young cricketers under 13, under 15, Devendra, is that they usually have a problem in picking up singles. And
well, I think that happens with our senior team also too.
Yeah, but it's a real problem for the youngsters because it takes a lot of judgment and you've got to be really game aware of what is taking place out there, where the gaps are and how hard you have hit the ball, and you really got to judge the single plus your partner at the other end. He's got to be backing up, he's got to be calling as well, and he's got to be judging the run as well.
Correct, very correct. But if it's instilled in them at this young age, as they reach the higher levels, it becomes second nature.
Well, I guess that's why we have the coaches around, so they can help the youngsters to tighten up on their game and be much more aware of the situation in matches. Because running between the wickets is one of the key aspects in batting, really. So we are seeing a change in bowling for the first time here at the southern end.
We have Darius Batu Singh.
The new bowler is very tall. Darius Batu Singh, right arm medium, slow medium. This is played backward of point and they go through for another well taken single. That was very well played, very well judged as well. Darius Batu Singh, he has replaced Justin Joseph at the southern end, a very tall guy, Batu Singh. I don't think he has the pace as the other two bowlers we have seen so far.
Darius is actually the nephew of Saiba Batu Singh, who has been knocking at the doors of the senior level. So I guess the cricketing blood runs in the family.
Well, the AJ Academy, Devendra, is more or less a central-based team. Will you confirm that they're a central-based team?
Oh,
or more from south?
Central.
Well, okay.
Our analysts just told us we are from Central.
Why I asked is because I know the Jumadines are really from south, Marabella area, and seeing that Ashmi Jumadine is the man in charge of the AJ Academy, I thought they were probably a south-based team, but you're now confirming that they are more or less a central-based team. Here is Batu Singh. Short, pulled around. That's a good hit. There's a man down at backward square leg who gives chase, and they're going to come back for two. This is going to be close. I think he's out. It's a direct hit.
Not out.
Not out, says the umpire, but he has to be awfully lucky there not to have been given out, because it was a direct hit from behind square. I thought it was pretty risky going for that second run, because Tyler Ramup is not a very big guy, and he takes quite a lot of time to really complete the 22 yards for a single, and I thought it was very dangerous going for that second run there. But fortunately for him, he just managed to get in.
Well, I guess he knew what he was doing and believed in himself that he was able to make that second run, hence committing to it and getting home in time.
Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Here's Batu Singh. This time it's pitch outside off stump. He looks to drive, gets an inside edge onto the front pad.
See a bit of movement.
Yeah, that was a good delivery. That moved a bit in the air and also off the pitch. But Tyler Ramup is a very technically correct batsman. He has scored quite heavily in the zonal under 13 and under 15. So you have to really produce a good delivery to get through his bat and pad to get him bowled. Here's Batu Singh once more.
Ooh, that one moved, swung away, pitched and straightened. So Batu Singh seems to be getting some movement on the pitch.
Well, Tyler Ramup did well there to check the shot early, because if he had carried through with that, he was not to the pitch. He certainly would have hit it back probably in the bowler's hand or to the man at short mid-wicket. So he did well to check the shot. That brings the over to an end, and at the end of the over, the score is AK Academy 12 for the loss of 1.
It's also the end of the power play.
Is it?
So the umpire signaling.
Well, I thought the power play overs were 7 overs. Power play is supposed to be 7 overs, Devendra. That's the end of over number 7? Yeah. Okay, that happened quite quickly. You're correct, Devendra. My apology. That's the end of the power play. The power play being 7 overs. The game having been reduced from 50 overs to 34 overs. 4 bowlers are allowed to bowl 7 overs.
And 1 bowler 6 overs.
Well, you can split the others any which way you want, but only 4 bowlers will be allowed to bowl a maximum of 7 overs.
And we have the new bowler, Ali Khan.
Okay, this is the change number 2. And this time it is at the top end, the northern end. Ali Khan is the new bowler, left arm orthodox. This one is down the leg side. It's turned on the down to short fine leg and is scampered through for a single. So the second bowling change we have seen for the afternoon.
But seeing as he just came onto the wicket and getting turned off the first ball. So this would be interesting to see these younger batsmen, how they play.
Well, he's left arm. Well, he's bowling wrist spin, and this looks very, very exciting here, Devendra. We hardly see left arm Chinaman googly bowlers in the game, and it is good to see the youngster here. He looks to have a pretty good action as well. It's very high, and he's flighting the ball and spinning it as well. Well, this is interesting. I'm sure he's going to be creating some problems. He's got a good loop as well, very slow through the air, and he's bowling a good length already. So he has started almost perfectly. So he's got, I think he's going to create some problems there.
Definitely. The AK Academy is going to have to look at the guys, look at this bowling and decide what they want to do and how they want to do it. Because you already have a slow pitch and you have a bowler who's looping the ball the way Ali Khan is. It's going to definitely create some problems for any batsman.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I think I like what I've seen already in the first 3 deliveries from Ali Khan. Left arm wrist spinner. It's a rarity really in the Caribbean and probably in world cricket. Here he is, over the wicket. Good flight, good loop, just outside off stump. That was well left there, and a lot of turn as well.
Almost pitching close to the wide line.
Well, you'd expect that it is going to turn because there is some moisture there in the surface. It's good, a good leave as well there by young Tyler Ramrup. This one is flatter. It is the googly, and he has the googly as well. So something to look forward to for young Ali Khan. This one came back, and I thought that Tyler Ramrup did extremely well to get the bat on that.
I'm not sure if he picked it. I think he might have played it off of the wicket.
Well, he played it very late indeed, so he really didn't pick it. But it's good to see the youngster bowling the Chinaman and the googly, and he's bowling a good length, a good line. This one is flighted, beaten outside off stump, and what a good first over here from Ali Khan, and he certainly has raised some eyebrows here, Devendra.
Definitely, definitely. I'm looking forward to see him bowling the rest of his overs. I think he might be one of the bowlers bowling 7.
Well, we can say, even though it might be a bit premature, that this is a find really, to see a young left arm wrist spinner in Ali Khan flighting and looping the ball and effecting a lot of turn, and he's spinning it both ways as well. He's bowling the googly, so this is a youngster to really be looking forward to.
I'm also impressed of his control, because all of the orthodox ones that he was pitching outside off stump, leaving the batsman, he was bowling it wide of the stump, and the googly he started it on off stump, obviously turning back into the left-handed batsman.
And he didn't take any time really to get into rhythm.
No, so he seemed to be doing well. As again, Darius Batu Singh getting some swing into the right-handed batsman. He's also creating some problems.
Yeah, he brought the ball back into the left-hander as well in his first over. So he seems to be moving the ball as well, but very, very impressed with what I've seen in the very first over from Ali Khan, the left-hand wrist spinner. But this is Darius Batu Singh here from the southern end. Pitches this on about middle stump and coming right forward and pushing it back along the wicket. Ismail Mohammed. Score is 13 for 1.
I see Ismail is doing very well to check his shots against the swinging ball of Darius. Those kinds of balls that is pitched up, it might tempt you to go through the line of the ball and possibly in doing so going through the gate.
Well, this one is just pulled back a bit, the length that is. And Ismail Mohammed took the bottom hand away to ensure that he didn't hit it in the air. Most of the fielders are trying to cut the single. There's a slip. The only man in a close catching position. There's a backward point. There's a cover. There's a short extra cover and a fairly deepish mid-off. That's the field on the offside. But here's Batu Singh again. Into Ismail Mohammed. Outside off stump, he looks up, punch it on the offside. Missed completely and taken by the wicket keeper. And on the leg side, there's a short fine leg. There's a short mid wicket. There is a mid-on. Pick up anybody on the deep on the onside.
I think Ismail's eyes opened up there when he saw a short and wide one. But again, the pace off of the pitch is creating difficulties where the batsman has to wait on the ball.
That's well played, but straight to short extra cover. He came on the front foot, but very close to pad and drove it on the offside. Good looking shot, but there wasn't a lot of power in the shot. And no chance of a run. The score remains on 13 for 1. We are at over number 9. Darius Batusing is the man from the southern end. Very tall, slim-looking, medium-fast bowler. Good straight action, a good take by the wicket keeper.
I see he has come up to the stump there now, realizing that the pitch is a bit slow, feeling a bit more confident in having felt a couple balls into his glove, and judging the fact that Darius is not pushing the ball through too much but utilizing his swing. So the keeper came up to the stump to create a bit more pressure on the batsman.
Yes, run scoring seemed to be difficult here for the AK Academy. After over number 9, they are just on 13. They have lost 1 wicket, that of Justin Pamphil. And again, it's going to be Ali Khan, the left arm wrist spinner. Raised a lot of eyebrows in his very first over. This one is full, and it tugged on the onside here by Tyler Ramroop. This is the one bad delivery that Ali Khan has bowled. It was full and it was on the leg.
Based on his previous over, I think he might have started with the googly for his first ball, seeing that he pitched on off and middle.
Well, let's see how he would adjust the line for the right-handed batsman. These are all the tricks that he's got to learn. And to really sharpen his bowling skills, he's got to bowl different lines to different batsmen. So let's see if he's going to adjust the line here. Oh my, that's the googly. That pitched about middle and it went away. I thought that Ismail Mohammed had time to look at it off the pitch, but it really did turn quite a lot. So he's very, very good with the googly as well.
That is the good thing about, it went straight through him.
Well, that was a pretty casual shot there from Ismail Mohammed. I'm sure he's in some trouble because his eyes would have lit up when he saw that previous delivery go past the outside edge and it was the googly. So he realizes now that this bowler is bowling the ball going both ways. Flighted down the leg side, that would be a wide. This is the adjustment I was talking about, Devendra. He's got to learn to adjust the line to the different batsmen, the left-hander and the right-hander. But you can't really blame him too much. These are young cricketers out there. And it's good to see a left-arm spinner really spinning the ball and turning it both ways. This is a quicker, flatter delivery. It signaled a wide.
It was quicker and flatter. I'm not sure if it moved or if it just went with the angle of the...
It went away from the right-hander. I don't know if it was the googly, but it was short and quick.
Or maybe it was seam up and still getting some movement.
Probably. But here he is again. Ali Khan flighted on off storm. And he comes forward, pushes it back along the pitch.
I think if looking at him from here, judging the control that he has, I think that you can try to pick him based on where he's trying to pitch the ball.
This is driven on the offside, a much flighted delivery. He got his front foot out to the pitch and he drove it on the offside, but straight to the man at cover. Well, it's going to be difficult for the youngsters at this age really to be trying to pick wrist spinners. I think they have to play a lot more cricket really to really be able to detect the ball when it is spinning the other way from when it is the conventional Chinaman in the case of the left arm wrist spinner. But if they can do it at this age, you have to give them credit, Devendra.
Well, I think it would work for any type of spinner at this stage. Looking at the ball leaving the bowler's hand and looking at the ball onto the bat. At this age, if you can start that methodology of batting, it should definitely help you further along as you get a little bit older and face a bit better spinners.
Well, I guess this is where the top-class coaches come in. They can instill that sort of knowledge into the youngster to be able to pick the flight and spin of wrist spinners. You know, it is going to augur well for the young batsmen.
But then again, it's so rare that possibly only for AJ Academy they would have that ability to have Ali Khan with them and be able. The coaches would be able to work with the batsman of AJ. However, not other teams without any spinners who has that capability. They basically have guys that's just running in and bowling, straight lines and so on.
Well, 10 overs have gone. The score is now 16 for 1. Darius Batu Singh is continuing from the southern end. He is in his third over. Right arm over the wicket. This can be close here. Tyler Ramrook looking to play it on the onside. He didn't get over that ball enough. And it was in the air for a while, but it was just between the man at short mid-wicket and there's a man at normal mid-wicket dropping between both fielders. So there are just 4 men on the onside, 5 on the offside. There's a slip. There's a backward point, there's a short extra cover, there's a normal cover and a mid-off. Here is Batu Singh. And this one comes back into the left-handed Tyler Ramroop and he pushes it on the offside. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game by any means. It's not really an easy pitch to bat on. The ball is not really coming on to the bat. Plus the outfield is a bit on the heavy side. So a pass score, what do you think it would be, Devendra?
Ooh, it's hard to say on this wicket here. But ideally, if you're looking at a runner ball,
well, that's going to be difficult because 10 overs have gone by and the score is just 16. So we'd have to really take down the expectations a bit here. I suggest
a bit
anyway
more than a
between,
bit.
Yeah. I think a pass score into 34 overs could be anywhere between 70 to 90 runs. But it would take some batting as well.
I think that might be a good pass score. I'm just wondering if maybe they can get up to 110, 120. It would be a good total on this pitch.
Well,
but again, with that being said, the team batting second is at a better advantage because the pitch should be dried out at that point in time, which would make batting a lot easier.
Yeah, you're correct. The pitch should improve as the game goes along. At the moment, the sun is bathed in brilliant sunshine, so the drying process should quicken up a bit as well. Here's Tyler Ramroop getting that front part out of the way and playing it on the onside, turning it, keeping the wrist over it, and ensuring that he keeps it on the ground. I think that Darius Batu Singh should be bowling a lot quicker. I don't think that he's putting a lot of arm speed in his deliveries.
Well, I'm wondering if he's intentionally doing that, knowing that the pitch isn't offering too much.
Yeah, you mean he's taking pace off the ball? It's not a bad ploy. Almost hitting it back to the man at short extra cover. Tyler Ramrup not to the pitch and still looking to play the drive. It was in the air for a while and there's a man at short extra cover falling just about a meter in front of him. So a close call there for Tyler Ramrup, and that's the end of over number 11. And at the end of the 11th over, AK Academy 17 for the loss of 1 wicket. Witnessing the TTCB South Zone Under 15 Cricket Festival. It's supposed to be a 50 over affair, but that has been reduced to 34 overs a team because of the wet conditions we had this morning. But it's nice to see that cricket is on the way, and we're in over number 12, is it? And this is a ball that was well flighted. I thought that the batsman should have got to on the front foot and looked to really score for that delivery. He was on the back foot to a ball that was pitched right up to him.
Well, I'm not sure he's reading the ball. So I think he's decided to stay on the back foot and play late, reading off of the pitch.
You're correct. He's not reading, so he's decided that he's going to stand on the back foot and read him off the pitch. Absolutely correct. I don't really blame him. It's a good left arm wrist spinner here in Ali Khan. I think he might be one of the find of the tournament, Devendra.
Definitely. Again, as you rightly said, having spinners bowling at this level and having a certain level of control from now can only fare well moving later on as he grows. And if he continues with this game and continues the way that he's going, it's definitely a benefit for Trinidad and West Indies cricket on the whole.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. I'm very excited with what I'm seeing here, really, from Ali Khan. Left arm over the wicket. This one is down the leg side. It's going to be signal or wide. And it's a learning process for him as well. And he would learn that quickly he would have to adjust the line for the different batsmen, be it a left-hander or a right-hander. Already we have seen him going down the leg side a couple times to the right-handed batsman. He's got a slip. There's a short extra cover there. The two men in close catching. There's a short mid-wicket as well. And this is the googly coming back from outside leg. I thought that the line there should have been about middle stump, but he started at outside leg, and Ismail Mohammed was on the back foot, and he saw it coming back from outside leg and just turned it on the onside. Ali Khan, flighted. This is the right line. That's a good shot. He was on the back foot, punching it on the offside to cover, but he went straight to the man at cover, and no chance of a run.
I think that he's definitely not reading Ali Khan. That ball was fairly well pitched up to the point of he could have stepped forward and driven through the cover. But because he's not reading, he's on his back foot, trying to read off the pitch and just play the ball as late as possible, which is not allowing him to get any power behind his shots or any way to create scoring shots. As the score is 18 for 1 after 12 overs.
Yes, so at the end of the 12th over, I'm going to make room for our third commentator, Ziad Ali. He's going to be joining Devendra Maharaj, and they will be bringing you action for the next 12 overs.
As we are back here at the South Zonal Under 15 Festival. Welcome to Ziad. How are you, my friend?
Yes, nice to be here, Davey. Looking at some exciting cricket. This little left-hander Ali Khan is really exciting everyone here. We have a new bowler on, Ashmi Jumadin.
As Ashmi has replaced Darius Batu Singh. Let's see if he has the level of control as his bowling partner on the other end, Ali Khan. As we have the umpires signaling for something to be brought onto the pitch. I'm not sure exactly what she is signaling for.
Well, the game has stopped at this point in time. Is it
I am not certain what is going on, but I'm seeing water is going on the field, so they're probably taking the water break right now. Something is going to be done. The pitch needs a bit of repair, so we have our curator running out with a hammer and a piece of wood, which he is going to pound down part of the pitch. I would believe it's the bowling region where the bowlers are frequently stepping into, being that the pitch has had some moisture in it from this morning. I believe that there might have been a ridge that would have created in the ground from the bowlers running in and bowling. So basically what they're going to do is just pound it down to flatten it back out so that it does not create an issue. As we see some drizzle happening, as we're having a little bit of rain here now. Let's see if the umpires are going to call for the covers or if it's going to be a passing cloud.
Well, unlike your predecessor, Davey, I also see this rain. And I was seeing it as well, but hopefully this doesn't pose a lot of a problem, but it's becoming a bit heavier as we speak.
I think there might be a call for some covers. Is there?
Well, given the level of moisture that was in the wicket prior to the start and what they did to get this game started, I think it might be wise to get the covers on. Everyone's looking at the umpires. Yes, and the covers are on. Ground staff is... Oh, well, the ground staff took the initiative, but the umpires are saying no. So they're going to take it back off. And we're going to continue with play after the water break.
Well, I guess the umpires got some information from the ground staff saying that the rain doesn't normally come from that direction, so it would be a passing cloud. Hence the reason they stopped the covers, but it's still drizzling as we speak.
Well, it's a consistent drizzle, but the umpires, they seem to be conferring at the moment. It's getting heavier. I think, Davey, it might be wise to get the covers on, given the condition of the pitch prior to the start of the game. There's quite a bit of moisture on the pitches.
Yes, I definitely.
All right, and
now
they finally signal that. Right? And it's pouring at this point in time. Let's hope that they get it on quickly.
In time, yep. I think if they had done the covers based on what the curators were suggesting maybe before, it would have been covered, almost completely covered by now.
Well, they're getting it on pretty quickly, but the rain is absolutely pouring at this point in time. There's a lot of water getting on the pitch, and the pitch is already wet. So let's hope that they can get those yellow covers on quickly.
We'll just have to wait and see, folks. I believe that we would take a break now, seeing that the rain has come down upon us, and hopefully as it passes we can get back, or we can resume play immediately. So we will keep you updated, folks, on what is going to happen here. But as of now, covers are being brought onto the pitch here at Curep, and we will update you as soon as we get some word as to what is happening. Keep looking at SRTV and follow, subscribe for more games like this moving forward.
SR Digital Concepts, videography and photography for any occasion, wedding, engagement, indoor, outdoor functions, birthday parties or even religious events. Photography packages for weddings starting at only $3,000. Ask about our $6,000 wedding package. Give us a call 298-8729. That's 298-8729. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram for more details. SR Digital Concepts, videography and photography for any occasion. Check us out today.
And welcome back again to the Knoll Street Recreation Ground, where the news is not all that good because we have had a torrential downpour just about half an hour ago, which has completely washed out proceedings here at the Knoll Street Recreation Ground. We had a very good situation where we saw 12 overs being bowled, and AK Academy, they were on 17 for the loss of 1 wicket. So things have come to an abrupt end here at the Knoll Street Recreation Ground, and it is very sad that this has happened. So we want to thank each and every one of you who has joined us here today for this, the 50 over round robin tournament of the South Zone of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board. It's unfortunate that the weather has intervened, but that is something beyond our control. Tomorrow we are having a second game here. Let's hope that the weather is going to be fine. We want to thank you on behalf of SRTV for joining us in this inaugural tournament. It was supposed to start in January, and because of the inclement weather we had in the last 2 months, it's ironic that the rain has washed out the first game here at the Knoll Street Recreation Ground. So I am Anil Raja. On behalf of our technical crew, our producer, our cameraman, and all the scorers, we want to thank you for having joined us, and wish you a pleasant good evening, and invite you to join us tomorrow when we will have game number 2 right here at the Knoll Street Recreation Ground. Until then, good evening and do enjoy yourself.